A proposed solution to grim triggers social engineering. What? A Faygo Lover's Anonymous Thought Piece by Francis E. Deck Esquire. Let me begin by shouting out my sociology teacher. You didn't help me. It just sounds funny to shout out my sociology teacher at the start of this. Let me tell you what the Fran man here has been cooking up idea, wise as a hypothetical way. One could combat this without having to use the exact methods people are using against you, against the exact people doing it to you. So, grim trigger, social engineering. My reasoning for proposing this method for these individuals, specifically, is because it will always be legally risky for people who can hardly gather. A dox on someone who is not doxing themselves to try to attempt to fight fire with fire in this regard. So, from a pseudo-sociological game theory hybrid way, I propose fighting fire by scorching earth in a strategy sense, not a literal one. Their goal is to be as negative to you as possible, right? Their goal is to terrorize you from afar, right? They think you can't touch them, right? Couldn't possibly happen, right? Well, what if you figuratively smoke them out the long way? Maybe by the time it reaches them, it reaches their living descendants because they are long gone. Then so be it, even better, right? From a strategy standpoint, from an art of war standpoint, right? They think you can't touch them the way they are touching you, and they think if you try to, they can get you arrested for it. Then don't. In a game theory sense, the solution to a grim trigger situation is that once someone confesses, everyone does. So, how can you apply that solution to these people trying to put permanent consequences on you for a perceived infraction? Well, the solution is already in progress. They think you can't make them feel the way they are making you feel from their perspective, and they may be right. So what do? Should we cause maybe a domino effect that leads to someone in their real life making them feel the way they are trying to make you feel? They would never know it was you. They could never prove to law enforcement it was you because you're right. But if you are just out there in the real world subtly putting bad vibes out there nefariously, right, in any way you can get away with, well, who's going to know it was you? When that guy whose joke you didn't laugh at causes him to be a jerk to his friend, which causes his friend to yell at his family, which causes his family to... You see what I'm doing here, right? So how do we achieve this? You can only put bad vibes out there on the internet for so long until you end up on a watch list like old Fran man here. Go out there and start knocking dominoes over, and they will get back to the people doing this to you in ways they don't even recognize. This is how we win. This is how the Fran man has his day in the sun, and you can as well. Go out there and subtly get back at them with every minute of life granted to you. It is an invisible war, but if we win, if we win, what if we win? Think about it. What if we win? Who are we exactly? Who are we? We are no one. But what if we win? They want to put us on walls of shame. They want us to face consequences for life, as if they are gods. They tell us we are no one. And what if we are no one? And what if we win? What if no one wins? We already know nothing ever happens, but what if no one wins as well? What if we win, and who are we? It does not matter if we are no one, and if they think we cannot affect them as they do us, what if we affect them in ways they do not notice? What if we have been all along? What can they do to stop us? Arrest us for not smiling at people at work? They want you. Knock dominoes down. It can be as simple as that. Do not smile back at people's jokes. Do not engage in conversations with people at work. They are energy vampires. They want you to give them time and attention. For what? When you are alone, are they there for you? When you are alone at night, are they there to help when you are trying to make ends meet? Then do not so much as even give them a drop of your energy they wish to sap you of. Give them only what they give to you, indifference. Give them subtle negativity. Undermine them where you can, as they do to you while you are chasing your dreams online. This is an invisible war, but it is one we can win without stooping to their level. We can deprive the vampires of the energy they seek on an individual level. Starve them, metaphorically, with strategy. It does not matter if you do not know who the enemy is. If they do not help you find the enemy, then you must smoke the enemy out and presume everyone complicit. If the enemy wears sheep's skin, what is the difference between the enemy and a sheep? This is how we must live until this is over. You must act like all is already lost. It will be a lonely road, but they have already ensured the road is lonely for you by design either way. They will not understand the situation, but it will react to your demeanor, and the way you behave will affect the way they behave, regardless of if they notice or acknowledge it. So defiantly walk the road alone. Make them feel your presence. This will numerically get back to the people who did this to you. It is as if it is magic, but it is just numbers. You are ensuring that if you spend enough time doing this while managing to survive, that it will reach someone related to who did this to you. And if that removes them from their devices, then it is as if you won. It is as if you casted a spell on the world. The collateral damage does not matter. Sure, this proposition is pure evil, the works of a sick mind. I am cruel and unusual, but it is what must be done. You have the tools. They are at your disposal. Analog social engineering at your fingertips. Go get him, Tiger.